reaches into the bag, brings out these gems. I am a successful, confident man. I have got a six-pack. I would say your risk assessment as a young man was not good enough.
We're just a couple of business anchors. Welcome to the Business Anchors podcast. This jingle is slightly too long.
Welcome to episode 36 of the Business Anchors podcast, the podcast where two business owners lift a lid on the weird and wonderful world of business. Today we're going to make you happy and positive, hopefully. Dan reveals what a guy named Trevor did to him round the back of a pub. Ooh. And I discuss how all my problems were solved in 2 minutes with a strange middle-aged woman in a networking meeting. Something I liked about the intro. Did you notice I added a sound effect?
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh, in there.
This is one of those episodes where I'm so excited to tell these stories because...
Good. I'm glad you're excited to tell a story about Trevor because I sounded a bit dodgy to me. But I'm glad you're excited to talk about that.
Yeah. Positive vibes.
Positive vibes. That's exactly what's going on this episode. Probably too much.
Yeah.
You know, if this is a Monday morning... Well, no, this might be good. Positive vibes, if you're listening to this on any morning, on your commute to work, or maybe it's a lunch break, you're feeling a bit low on energy, we're going to bring you positivity and happiness to your life. It sounds like some weird advert for a cult or something.
Are you positive?
COVID, I'm negative. Attitude, I'm positive.
Nice.
Yeah, which is good. I would say overall I'm a positive person.
Yeah, I'd say you're positive.
I think sometimes I'm negative, but I think less and less over the years.
When you haven't had much sleep.
Or
then you get
when I'm tired, I'm definitely a negative. Negative first, and then I try and convince myself to be positive. So I'll be like, that was shit. Well, it's okay, fine. We'll try and make it work. Ooh.
Do you think being positive has a really good impact in your life?
Yeah.
I think there's I was going to say, is there any bad thing of
negative
being positive?
Is there any negative thing about being positive?
Yeah, I don't think there is there?
No. I think you do have to be careful. Like, depression is real and mental health issues like that. You can't just be positive yourself out of those things.
Yeah.
I think definitely we want to address that fact. But I think overall, for most people, thankfully, I think actually some of the things that I think we're going to talk about and being positive and doing positive things can have a really positive impact on this. Oh, that reminded me. The fact I said positive so many times there. Yeah. My friend sent me a message with the episode a couple of episodes ago about trackable £500,000 revenue. Yeah. They said, we should do a drinking game where every time Lloyd or Dan say trackable £500,000 revenue, we take a shot. We'd be really drunk. Apparently we repeat words and phrases a lot.
Oh well. Stop listening then.
Yeah, stop listening. If you're not going to be positive, stop listening.
I think with this whole positive thing, I think sometimes you can actually trick yourself into being positive and make positive things happen. Like, I know this sounds ridiculous, but about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I tweeted saying, this is going to be a really positive week. I feel it in my bones. And since then...
Feel it in your bones?
Yeah. Ooh. And since then, lots of positive things have happened. And I know I'm not like a woo-woo.
That must be your magic bones.
No. I'm not like a woo-woo. Oh, yeah, just say it and it will happen. But I do think that putting positivity out to the world, even if you're not feeling that positive, just making yourself try and believe you're positive can actually... I know it sounds mental, because there's the whole law of attraction thing, isn't there?
What is the law of attraction?
The law of attraction is having positive and negative thoughts bring positive and negative experiences to your life.
Right. So I definitely think that, because I mean, even in my kind of peer group, there's definitely a scale of optimistic and pessimistic people. And it does seem like you kind of draw people that are very negative. I think even they start off negative, and then even though they might be having an experience that others would see as positive, because they're already in that negative mindset, it's like a bad thing. I think that's...
If you are in that negative mindset, though, you can go to a networking event, and there's a middle-aged woman that helps you, isn't there, Lloyd?
Yes, but you have to have other stuff involved as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually interested to hear this.
Yeah. So this lady was a regular at a networking meeting I used to go to. It wasn't called 3 networking, and it wasn't called 5 networking.
Okay.
and I don't really understand what her business was. I don't think she knew. But what I do know is she used to heal people during the meetings.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did she do that then?
So
That's
if you're
interesting.
feeling, one time I was there and kind of like, go, oh, how are you doing? Oh, I feel a bit tired. It's been a long week, and she clocks me, Lloyd, if you want, I can make you feel a lot better. And what do you say to that? So I was like, oh, right, okay, interesting. I go, yeah, come sit on this chair. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Whole room's looking at me. She gets her bag out, reaches into the bag, brings out these gems. She put her hands around my neck and stuff, and then put these gems on like next to my neck and stuff, and was like waving them around my face and stuff.
Instantly.
And ever since I've been really positive. So the hard thing with that is the way
you can damage someone's integrity it could be quite upsetting if you're there going, your gems are shit, they don't do anything.
Yeah, and that's why I feel bad, because now I'm like, obviously this woman was just had gems around me, and what's that going to do to make you feel more positive? But at the same time, when she asked me to open my eyes after 2 minutes, waving gems around my face, said,
Yeah.
Are you feeling better? I said, yeah.
And did you feel better?
No. But there's this lovely lady that, wouldn't hurt a fly.
Yeah.
And she's spending all this time waving these gems, doing this thing that she sees really important. And then I don't want to go,
okay.
No, of course I don't feel any better. I just feel like I feel a bit clammy because you've had your hands all over my neck.
Do you think she believes in the gems?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's not like she's just...
That's what I mean. I think if she didn't believe it, but she was saying to me, if you give me £2,000, Lloyd, you can do this gem course, and then you're going to be happy the rest of your life, then I'd be more happy saying, your gems are shit, love.
Yeah.
But she genuinely...
thought the gems healed.
Yeah. And do you know why she probably thinks that? Because every time she does it, people like me go, yeah, feel great. Cheers. Thank you.
I just wouldn't have the balls to wave gems around, and then like the pressure of waiting for someone to say, yeah, I feel better. Or
I think you have to be a very confident person
or confident in your...
to go to a
gems.
networking meeting where most people are going, yep, so I sell advertising space on roundabouts, so if you want to buy any of those.
Yeah.
And then it comes to you and go, I can wave this gem around your face, you're going to feel great. Like, you've got to have some balls for that to be your...
you bloody have.
Yeah. But yeah, so I have to say, she did try and heal me and make me more positive. I don't think that worked for me.
Right.
But
what actually makes you positive then? So we've established gems aren't your thing, but they could make other people positive.
they could. I think they made her positive.
Yeah,
so
genuinely.
they worked on one person. It just wasn't who she thought they worked on.
What can you actually do to actively... I'm trying to think of like listeners, if they're not a positive person.
Oh, there's one thing for me that is
I'm intrigued.
at the heart of my positivity. And I think for me, it's
gems.
It's a lot of people compare themselves to people and other situations.
Okay.
And I think that quite often causes a lot of negativity. So you're always like, oh, that guy on Instagram's got such a hot bod. But I don't know if you know, listeners, I haven't.
You've only got a 4-pack rather than a 6-pack.
Yeah, I'm working on the 6-pack. Or it's like, oh, that guy in business I really aspire to, he's got loads of money and I haven't got loads of money. And I actually think comparing yourselves to people and other situations can be positive, but you need to base it on facts. So actually, Instagram isn't the place to compare yourself in a real world. It's all the people with the best bods in the world are putting their bods on. Is bods a word?
Yeah, we'll go with bods.
Okay, bods.
Whereas like 98% of people don't have those. Washboard
and
abs.
I think if you actually use facts to kind of align yourself. So, for example, if you've got a net worth of £3,000.
Okay.
So basically, net worth. Sorry if listeners, you understand this, but just to be clear, not necessarily I've got £3,000 in my bank, but you own a car that's worth £3,000, or you own a house and you've got £3,000 equity in it at least. Any of those things, which quite a lot of people do have that, a car or something, or £3,000 savings. if you have that, then you're in the top 50% financially in the world.
Top 50%.
Yeah, and I think most people would say, well, just owning a car doesn't mean that financially And I think if you actually look at the facts of like, basically, if you own a car, you're doing all right in this world.
Yeah.
And the other thing, like if you earn £25,000 in your job in the UK, that puts yourself in the top 5% of earners in the world.
Really?
And most
That's
people would say 25. Like I think £25,000 is a lot of money, but people think in my career, you know, I want to go higher than that. I want to do. But I think when you actually look at things relatively and realise how fortunate you are, and the same thing with, you know, comparing yourself bods on Instagram. Don't compare yourself to that. Walk down the high street, and if you're like, okay, I'm in the lowest 5% of bods in the high street, maybe do some more exercise.
Yeah.
And yes, I will take my own advice. One day.
That's a really good.
I think it's that actually using facts to kind of compare how you're doing and where, you know, so many people think they've got a rubbish life because they're comparing themselves. And if you actually look at the real facts, you're really fortunate. Well, I say you are. I don't know if you are, listener. Like you genuinely might not be, and I'm sorry to hear that if you're not. But I think there's so many people earning like 30, 40, 50,000 pounds, living in lovely houses,
and they're like,
they're negative and unhappy because they want more all the time. And it's like,
I think it's a thing of being grateful. I've kind of actioned this a few times when I've not felt great, just thinking like, what am I grateful for? You know, and then sort of in your mind think, oh, I've actually got a roof over my head. I've got enough money to buy food and stuff. And yeah.
So that's Lloyd's sermon of the day.
What do you think of another kind of actionable thing? And again, this is going to make me sound like a woo-woo kind of person, but visualization.
Yeah.
Do you ever visualize what your life's going to be like in 10 years or 6 months or 2 months? Or do you ever like think that's going to be like that?
Not as like an intentional thing of I'm gonna just think what do I want my life to be like?
Oh, okay, more of a like
I don't do
maybe
that. But I suppose
randomly
when I'm like planning or thinking of things, I kind of think, oh, in 10 years time, I'd quite like my life to be like this. But I have to say no, not overly. Do you?
I think I do. Yeah, I do quite a lot. One thing it really works for, which is slightly different, is public speaking. I think I really when I did a couple of events where I was more nervous than usual and I didn't do very well. And then from that point, I read up a load about how can I improve this. And when I was practicing, I would literally in my mind, I'd be like in the lounge or something or here at work, but I'd be thinking there's
Everyone's
1,000
naked.
people. No, I don't do the naked thing.
Oh, okay.
But thinking that they're there and actually talking and in my mind saying there's 1,000 people there. And then when I did it, it was way less nerve-wracking because I'd already practiced and convinced my mind that there was 1,000 people in front of me.
And they're all like,
and
they're all like, oh my God, Dad, you're so good. Can you sign this?
No, some of the events, they were absolutely silent.
Yeah.
Which...
That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the ones that are non-English speaking people must be hard when there's a translator and stuff.
I think I've also... Again, so many things, like not so many, but things have flopped where I've tried to engage the audience. Like, so what does everyone think of this? And then it's like, absolute silence.
Guy like,
yeah. But I also think I do visualize. I visualize the future a lot of thinking, what's my life going to be like? What am I going to be doing? You know.
Well, I remember as a child, Dad used to do a positive affirmation thing in the mirror. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yeah. Well, didn't he say things?
Yeah.
And he says it as if he's done it.
Yeah.
I have this. I've achieved this.
Yeah.
That sounds mental again.
I'd be saying it. Yeah, it does. Like, I am a successful, confident man. I have got a six-pack. That I know, Dad, they weren't what you were saying. But I think it's that thing of starting the day, like, if you're saying these positive things, it's more likely to happen. Which I see the logic in it.
You know, there's those morning routines. Positive affirmations is a thing, isn't it? There's books that say... I
had a really good period where I had a morning routine of having a cup of green tea.
Oh, no, don't. This is already... I can imagine. Are you going to do one of those silly... I'm going to have a green tea and then sit silent for 5 minutes?
No.
Go on.
No.
No, you're one of those people.
What morning routine would you respect that I can talk about?
Sorry, Lloyd. Go on. You had your green tea. Go on. What else?
No,
did you do?
the green tea isn't part. It's just what I like to drink in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So that wasn't even part of it.
Okay.
But I actually used to spend like just a couple of minutes thinking of 3 things I am grateful for.
Oh, okay.
Just even spending time to think about it, and then setting yourselves like 3 things. Today, I'm going to achieve this, and that was really good until I got out of the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
But that's one of those. I think all of this sounds like, oh yeah, one of those. All right, yeah, you hipster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well yeah, think good things are happening. They would.
Yeah.
But when I was doing that, it made me feel a lot better and more positive about stuff.
Why are you doing it now then?
I don't know. It's that thing of habits, isn't it? It's so weird me saying, when I was doing that, that was so good. And it's
Yeah,
like,
you're not
why
doing
didn't you
it
carry on? Don't know. Yeah. I think it's that thing we said the things of being positive we've spoken about so far. One is gratitude. So basically thinking, I'm really grateful for the good things in my life. And the other thing you've been saying more, the woo-woo stuff of just feeling positive.
Yeah.
I suppose that's that, isn't it? 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things you want to achieve.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And if you work with Trevor from the Tartar Frigate in Broadstairs.
What's this? So is he similar? I think, did he make you very positive?
Oh, this is the weirdest experience I've had in my life. So when I was, I don't know, maybe 16, I worked in this pub in Folk Week in Broadstairs.
Right.
Don't look so concerned.
Starting to feel bad about my intro.
And it's a really busy thing where there's a big festival going on. And yeah, anyway, I came into work one day and I had a really bad headache. I used to get quite bad migraines. And I came into work and I had a guy there called Trevor who's kind of had a ponytail, balding top ponytail.
Bag gems?
No gems.
No
gems.
No. Okay. Oh.
No gems. But
okay.
I said, oh yeah, I've got this really bad headache. It's going to be a busy day, but I've got a headache. And Trevor went, come back here. And I was like, sorry, what? And he took me to the back of the bar. But like there's a door where you go back and it was sort of in a closed environment. And I don't know what I thought was going to happen. But
I would say your risk assessment as a young man was not
he went,
good enough.
Come back here. And
come back here where no one is.
The
right.
listeners won't be able to see this, but he kind of said, shut your eyes. It gets worse.
I'm going to do it. Okay.
And then he put his hands, like not touching me, around my head and like rocked back and forth.
But not touching you, just like a bit of a space.
Just going like this. You can't see it if you're listening, but like his hands not touching my head.
Sort of as if he's putting pressure on you, but not quite touching your head.
Yeah, and then I sort of peeked one eye open and he had his eyes closed and he was doing it. And then
did you walk out the room and he opened his eyes like, oh, Dad?
No. And then he said, and then it went on for about a minute and then he sort of did what your gem lady said. He put his hands down and he genuinely looked at me with 100% no laughing or anything. He said, how'd you feel? And I was like, obviously did the thing of, yeah, that's good.
Did you do that as well? Yeah, how do you not do that when someone's so confident in the fact that they're making you feel really good?
Yeah. But then I don't know how you get to a point where you think you can do that.
Problem is, we're part of the problem, aren't we? They had the confidence to do that once, and someone like us went, yeah. And then he's probably done it 20 more times in his life, and every time they feel so much better, yeah.
Surely you've got to not be self-aware to think that...
If everyone's saying to you, you're healing me, you basically said you've healed my migraine.
They're the ones that said they're going to heal you first.
Yeah, I suppose, what made him do it first? The first time?
Yeah, as in like you've got no evidence of ever...
If I rock back and forth with my eyes closed next to you, you must just be thinking, it'll probably heal that migraine the first time. Yeah, strange.
Yeah, it's just weird.
So we're not saying people in business should wave gems around or...
Well, no, this is the thing. I feel kind of bad because there might be people who have healing gems, who rock back and forth, who do all that we're offending. But I don't know. I kind of feel like you're sort of tricking people. So... Or maybe we're just stupid and maybe it does. Maybe. I mean, you felt better after the gems. I felt better after the...
If everyone says they feel better, maybe they do.
Yeah. Maybe it's a placebo effect. Maybe...
Or maybe I was just scared of offending the lady.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe you were scared of offending Trevor because you were 16 in a side room of a bar and he was rocking in front of you with his eyes closed.
Do you think anyone's ever gone, no, that didn't heal me? I don't know.
Maybe. But so we're not saying do that. That probably isn't the best thing to do with your time in business. But how this positivity and that kind of thing we've been thinking about, this gratitude, making sure you're grounded in what you're comparing yourself
With actual
with,
facts
based
rather
on
than
facts.
Instagram.
How in business is this positivity stuff actually going to help any of the listeners, Dan? Is anything real going to come out of this, or are we all just going to come out of this episode going, "Oh, I feel a bit better"? But
No, I think it's only going to be positive. Like if you come into work and you're laughing because I said positive.
yeah,
If you come into work and you're being positive,
Yeah.
it makes other people. It rubs off on other people. Even if sometimes you're in a bad mood,
Yeah.
or I'm in a bad mood, and the other one's like, "Hey, everybody!" and all happy.
Let's have a great day.
Yeah, it brings up your level of negativity.
One of our employees, Barney, is very good at this. Who's listening? He walks in and he will just shout much louder than the level of anyone in the room, and just "Morning, everyone," or something like that. And it's hard not to feel happy. So
I did do that this morning.
Yeah.
Dan was in the middle of a meeting.
Yeah.
So it's not always
It's
appropriate.
good, except when you're on a client call. And
Yeah. Also, he'll just shout "splendid" as a really positive response to something, and it's hard not to feel positive.
Yeah.
So I think that you're right. That does work with people around you. Yeah, and I think we've all had working environments as well. If you're talking like an office, if people are negative,
Yeah.
it very quickly spreads. And obviously, we're not perfect. There'll be some days where one of us is negative, and it'll make other people
I
feel.
think this is again the good thing of having a partner in your business is because when one of us is like that, the other one can be overly positive to bring the other one
When
up.
I walk out the room, you can be like, "Sorry, guys, he's an absolute dick, but let's have a great day." Yeah.
That usually happens when you
Bring out the gems.
Go home, go home on a Friday, and we.
Oh, I've noticed this, by the way. I spoke to Dad about this.
Go on.
I've noticed if I go anywhere early or leave on a Friday, you're like the cool boss. "Okay, guys, should we all get McFlurries? Oh yeah, should I buy you lunch? Or should we leave a bit early?" And then I come in and everyone's like, "Oh, it's him, not that cool guy."
Well, that's what happens when you leave early on a Friday every week.
Okay, that's my punishment, is it?
Yeah, you guys stay and work.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go home and sit in my pants and eat Cheetos.
Okay. Well, just team listening to this, I pay for half those McFlurries. Dan doesn't get all the credit. No, it's fine. You're allowed to be the cool one. That's fine.
This is another interesting thing. When you spoke to other agency owners, when they've said as the team grows and you're the CEO, you're going to be more and more pushed out as the like bad guy.
What, even more than now.
Yeah. I'm just going to be.
It's not. I really like the size of our team now because I know we're joking, but we've got a small enough team where we can all know each other and all. But I do worry about that. Like if we get bigger,
I think the dynamic is going to change. It's impossible not to.
Do you just have to have your own office with the glass and the blinds and just have to?
Yeah,
shout
we'll get
like,
you one of those.
"Buddy, in my office now." Is that how the close the door? Is that will I just turn into that and everyone hates me and never wants to speak to me?
I hope not.
No, let's be positive. It definitely won't be like that.
Yeah, positive vibes.
Yeah. Positive vibes. Anything else you want to talk about?
Do
Dan?
you? One more thing. Do you actively tell people when they've done a good job? And tell me an example of when you last did, because you're the kind of guy that would just say, yeah, I do, and then you haven't.
So, yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go on, example.
Yesterday,
Okay.
Lauren wrote a really good Weakest Link script, and I read it and genuinely thought it was brilliant. And I think
Okay.
I wrote back, "This is brilliant."
Yeah, but that's a business environment. What about
You
if
mean
like
just in
someone
general?
serves you at Tesco's and they've done a really good job?
Oh, I thought you were talking about within our business. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I think how good does that make someone feel? But we actively complain, but we
Yeah.
don't so actively
you're right.
say, "Oh, you did a really good job with that."
Within the business, I know you're talking about in the outside world, but within the business, I'm trying to get better because I find, because I'm always like, I want to improve everything. Sometimes, and the team will probably be like, "Yeah, you do this," but sometimes someone sends me something over, or like, "Can you have a look at this?" And in my head, I think like, "Oh, this is great," but I don't I don't say that,
You s-
and then I
you-
say the things that we could change to improve
it.
So then I think, and
That only
I've looked
comes
back
across as-
sometimes and thought, oh shit, that probably sounded negative because I said to change
But
these
you
three
didn't say
things.
all the good stuff.
But I didn't say obviously everything else is brilliant.
Yeah.
So I tried to get better at that and making sure I actually say that and communicate it, because I think it's that natural thing of when you want to improve, the feedback is,
Yeah.
well, there's these two things to get better.
Yeah.
And
You're
that
doing a
can
really good
sound-
job.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. So are you, actually.
See what I did there?
Yeah. So I do need to get better at that, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
Um,
What about you? Have you got anything else you want to say?
what have you done recently to make the world more positive?
I tweeted about it, and hopefully that spread positivity. I also had a really nice burger from this place, and then I in Broadstairs,
going?
and then I actually went back and went and said to the lady, "That burger was really good." And then she said, "Can you review us on TripAdvisor?" And
Yeah.
I said yes, and I still haven't. So I need to do that.
So positivity to her face, neutral to the outside world.
Yeah.
I think little things like that really do make people.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, like, something as simple. Have you ever had someone just like walk past you or something and just really smiled at you?
Yeah.
And it's
Well, sometimes that can be a bit creepy.
oh no,
You're that creepy.
I'm a
guy.
creep. Oh no, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, because I just when
No, I
people,
do think that's
when
nice.
people smile at me, I feel so positive. So I'm a smiler.
No, they're laughing at you.
There's that creepy smiler guy again. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh no, should I stop smiling at
No,
strangers?
do smile. That's nice, I think.
Well, you said it was creepy. I feel like
Yeah.
you're trying to make me feel better. Now.
When you've been on the tube in London in non-COVID times, do you like look down at your phone, or do you imagine
I'm
if
just
you're on the tube,
looking around the
eyes wide open,
eyes
like,
wide open, big sun. Hey, everyone happy? Yeah.
everyone will be like slowly moving away from you.
I try and be more smart. I try and be the smiley one on the tube. I don't make eye contact and smile at people though. I just smile and be happy. So I think if someone looks at me, maybe they'll think, "Oh, happiness."
He's mental.
Yeah. Because if I'm going around the carriage trying to make eye contact, hey, happy, then it's like,
Run a mile.
yeah. But,
Cool. I'm liking the positivity. Positive
Okay.
vibes.
positive vibes for today, listeners. Hope you're feeling positive, happy and positive. Hope you're happy that Trevor is.
If you need to be healed, then go down to the Tartar Frigate Broadstairs and
yeah. Or I'll get in touch with Gem Lady. Also, I'm sure because every episode we have this, there'll be a gem lady out there or a gem man that will say, actually, these gems do this. But so I'd be interesting to hear what the
If they
theory is
heal.
behind it, because all I know is that experience, not why gem healing people do that. So feel free to let us know. And on that note, stay positive and enjoy your day.
Bye.
Bye.